here, I hope you're all well. I am not in my usual habitat, as some of you may be aware or not aware. I'm actually over on the east coast in my static. So today is, what day is it? It's Saturday the 22nd of September. So I was working over in Hull on, well, yesterday. So I came across Thursday night, stayed here. It's a much shorter drive because I'm just south of Bridlington in terms of where my static van is sited. So it was just like 35 minutes into Hull to do the day I needed to do with one of my reps. And then I came back last night and started my weekend here with, she's on her way around the back of the chair now. Here she is. There she is. There's Days. So it's about 1 o'clock, I think. Yeah, it's about 1 o'clock. So this morning had kind of a chilled morning, did a few bits and pieces, went to Tesco because I didn't bring enough food to last me the weekend because I didn't want to go shopping and then pack the car with a load of food, so it just makes sense just to get it. So the Tesco's like 10 minutes away, and then we've had a really nice walk on the beach. So Daisy's tired, so the aim of this is to get as much stitching done on my Heaven and Earth Enchanted Christmas Ornament again. So I'm going to try and sort of give you regular updates throughout the day and the evening. The idea is to like really go at this as much as I can today. I've got the birds with me, so you may hear some tweety action going on as we progress, but I can't shut them out. There's no real where else to put them, so we're going to have to put up with them. Hopefully they'll chill out a bit and let us do what we need to do. So I'll give you kind of a sort of a quick around the room. I'm going to be coming back here for a week off in October, so I'll give you more of a tour of the place then. Guys, shush! When it's a bit tidier. So yeah, but I'll let you know sort of where I am and give you an idea of what it looks like. So yeah, so I will give you a quick look round and then I'll show you where I'm at on the cross stitch, and then we'll start the update. So I hope that's all right for you, and I'll catch you soon. Take care, bye. Yeah, so that view down there towards the sea, and I know you can't see a lot because of the weather today, but that's probably the biggest reason why I chose this site. I can see the sea, and then obviously sort of on a night you can see the coastal lights down in the far end, although you can't see it today because of the haze. But it's really nice. Oh, there's my friend Mr. Bird, who will not be nesting in that big tree near me next year. I'm going to get, I know it's a bit mean, but I'm going to get a hawk and then put it on the roof of the van, so it'll think that there's already something living here. They just make such a mess of the decking. I mean, the decking does want a good wash, but yeah, I mean, they've crapped all over it this summer while I've not been here, while I've been doing stuff in the house. So yeah, it's just a little bit annoying. So I'll just do a quick pan around for you. So that's kind of my seating area. So I've got all sorts of cross stitch loveliness spread around there. So this is where I'm going to be plonking my behind for most of the day. So I've got a nice coffee table here as well, which I've just hitched down out of the way so I can get the cross stitch stand and the light into the daylight lamp. So I'll just rotate round. You have to excuse the mess. There's Daisy down there playing with her pile of toys. I've got my TV here, light, kind of like a display cabinet, but I'll show you this in a bit more depth. The birds are sitting down there in front of the radiator, and then we sort of walk through into a bit of an untidy kitchen area, so please excuse the mess. But yeah, microwaves up there, oven and hob area, plenty of cupboard space, and then it's got a really nice sort of dining area as well. So I like the idea of it being through. I like the open plan style. Obviously through that door next to the fridge there you go down to the bedrooms. There's 3 bedrooms in this one and 2 bathrooms. The second bathroom is really small. It's just basically a loo and a sink but that's kind of goes off the main bedroom. But as I said, when I come over here for my week, I'll give you a bit more of a tour of the place and obviously get a bit more footage of stuff, and the weather might be a bit nicer. But yeah, so this is where we roll when we get over here. Yeah, so I'll get set up and we'll assess where we're at, and I'll catch you soon. See you in a moment. So this is where I am at the moment, guys. So I'm on the left hand side of the circle now, so I'm a good way into finishing off this partial page. Then I've got almost a full page left after this to do, and then there's a tiny bit on the bottom that finishes off the circle. So there's not a lot. So what I've got so far is kind of a lot of the bigger patches of colour done. Not that it looks like there's big patches of colour, but there are on this, like in terms of the confetti. And then I've got like a lot of this work to do, guys, on the antlers. So the plan is that what I'll do is, as I'm stitching the colours of the antlers here, I'll come in and finish the rest of the missed stitches. Well, they're not missed, but the ones that I haven't put in on the other side, because then, you know, we've got this sack of toys that needs a bit of TLC at some point as well. So I really do really want to get motoring through with this section as much as I can, which is why I thought I'd do another of these kind of over time uploads and see how much I can get done throughout the rest of the day and the evening. I did it over 6 hours last time, but I really want to spend a bit more time on it today, because I know then if I have to come back and show you updates, I am going to sort of really stick to this. So it's 20 past 1 now, so I've got to have a little bit of lunch in the meantime, but I think I'll come back at 3 o'clock and give you an update in terms of what I've done. So hopefully we'll have a bit more progress on, you know, some of the, particularly the antlers I want to get in. It will be slower going, this section, because there's quite a bit of confetti in those antlers, but you know, we'll see what we can do over the next hour and a half or so. So I will catch you soon, guys. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Hi guys, it's Lisa. It's about 20 past 3, so I just thought I'd come and do an update. So it's been about a couple of hours since I last saw you, so I'll put in a picture of where I was before, and this is obviously, you can see where I'm at now. So in comparison, I've kind of worked over here and sort of travelled down, and then I've started to bulk out this a little bit more. There are obviously it's not mega confetti heavy, but I've only worked with 3 shades so far, so there's going to be a fair bit of colour changing. So you've got like a couple of stitches here, a couple there, and you kind of sort of dotted around a little bit, so you're kind of tying off and on, because I don't like to pass stitches too far. I'll try and tunnel underneath if I can, but I don't like kind of jumping from about there to there, or do you know what I mean? I like to try and keep the back as neat as I can. I know nobody sees the back, but it's just me. So yeah, so I'm going to continue sort of bulking out where I've got to. I'm probably going to come back about 5 o'clock-ish. I'm going to go and get a coffee now, because I think I need a bit of a caffeine boost, and I bought some chocolate at Tesco, which I really shouldn't have, but I'm going to have a little bit of chocolate, and then at around 5 I'll come and do another update, and then I'll be getting ready to take Daisy on a little walk, because yeah, there's nowhere for her to wee other than out on the lead. I don't like her peeing or pooping on the deck, and she's never done it. I mean, and I wouldn't want Poppy never. I wouldn't want either of the dogs like weeing out the front. So I take her on the lead for elimination runs. So I'll be doing that at about 5. So I'll come back in about an hour and a half or so, and I'll catch you then. Take care. Bye. Hey guys, I'm back. It's about 5 o'clock now, so I just thought I'd come and touch base with you to give you a bit of an update. So I'll put the picture in of where I was before. So you'll probably see that I've been working quite a bit down here on some of these blue colours and just sort of feeding them down onto the next page really. this is the colour that I've run out of, which is really frustrating because I could have had like the bulk of that section finished, but all of those unstitched stitches are the same colour, so that's a little bit annoying. But obviously I'm not at home, so I don't have access to any more floss, so it is what it is. And then I've been sort of stitching some of the lighter shades through the antlers. I feel like I've been stitching, you know, non-stop for about an hour and a half, and I don't feel as though I've made an awful lot of progress because, you know, there's a lot of counting going on, a lot of cross-referencing and stuff like that. So especially when you're doing kind of high confetti areas, you never feel as though you make as much progress, do you, as when you stitch in blocks. So God, these birds drive me nuts. They will quieten down as we go through the evening, but they're all chit-chatting away. Guys, shush. They don't speak English, so it doesn't make any use to them. So I am going to go and take Daisy for a walk, and then I'm going to come back and do a bit of like a, not a chit chat, but a bit more of a chit chat session for a little while I work on the next bit. So it's a lovely evening out there. Finally we have a bit of sunshine coming, so I'm going to take her for a nice little wander, and then I'll come back and we'll change the camera angle and we'll have a little bit of a chit chat. So I'll catch you soon, guys. Take care. Bye.
I could swear it's been 700 degrees in here since you came in. I could swear that this room has been running out of air, and now it's starting to spin. You make me feel kinda bad, kinda good, kinda everything, yet it doesn't feel like it should. You make me feel kinda wrong, kinda right, kinda anything, and I would change it if I could. Swear that I'm fainting, I think I'm losing my sight, I swear I'm hitting the floor. I could swear that my stomach just sunk a meter, I'll be dead if I take any more. You make me feel kinda bad, kinda good, kinda
So I've got my lovely cup of lavender grey. If you've never ordered tea from the Tea Palace, guys, then you've got to get it. So I discovered this particular shop when I was in London one time, just not working for once, but as like a tourist in Covent Garden. And it had the most stunning display I've ever seen. So as you saw from the tin, all of their tins are kind of either like that dark purple or a light purple, and they've got often like a damask print on them. That their display in the window looks absolutely stunning, and you walk in and you're just hit by the most overwhelming smell of different types of teas. They do some amazing fruit teas, and I'm not the biggest fan of fruit teas, but theirs have like, oh god, they've got like real fruit pieces in it. How they ever get it to taste the way they do, it's amazing. So I've got pear spiced pear, which is another one of my favourites. So I like the Earl Grey, so I've got like a blue flower, blue sky flower or something it's called, plus this lavender one. Daisy's on my knee here. She's out of shot, unfortunately, you can't see her. Or you can maybe see her nose then. But they are just really lovely teas. So I'm going to have this. It's a little bit later than I was wanting it to be. It's about 6 o'clock now. We had a lovely walk and went a bit further than we were actually planning to, but it's such a lovely evening. It's one of those really nice autumn evenings, you know, where you know, like the weather's changing. It's not cold, it's a little bit crisp here. The leaves are starting to fall, but it's yeah, it's really nice. So I'm going to have this, and then I'm going to reposition myself and do a bit more stitching and have a bit of a chit chat with you guys. So I'll catch you in a few moments. Take care. I'm acutely aware that this isn't the best angle for you to be watching me, guys, so I'm not going to sit and stitch too long like this. It's just gone 6, so I'm going to set my timekeeping app going again. So I uploaded my video yesterday, which basically looks at the types of apps that I use on a regular basis. I'm going to stick my Kindle up on the top there, and a few people have already come back and said they'd like to see something sort of, sorry, Daisy's decided to harass me now, more in depth as well, look at the apps. So I'm more than happy to do that as well. I guess it's always difficult when you do something along that scale as to, you know, how in depth to go with it, really. I mean, I could have sort of given you a blow-by-blow account, but I just wanted to do something top line. Then if it was of interest, I'd go and do something a little bit more, which I will do now. I think the Easy PDF app is always one that can be a little bit temperamental, and the one where people find it a little bit more difficult to use. So I will get round to filming those for you and give you a bit more in-depth look at what I use. So yeah, I'm just going to thread up my needle, and then I'm going to stitch with you for a little while. So yeah, so we got here on Thursday night, and we had the back end of another storm blowing across the Atlantic that hit the UK sort of Thursday day. I think, what was it called, Brona? So all of these storms with names that we're acquiring, so that was quite rough. So Thursday night here, it's always interesting in a static, when the wind comes, it's one of those, you hear every drop of rain on the roof, and that can be really soothing when it's just like quite light rain, but when it's like torrential, yeah, you're awake. So we didn't get the best sleep on that evening, but you know, it's still really good to be over here. So so yeah, so it's nice, as I was saying, to have a good day like we've had today, where, you know, there's not no, it's not been wet, it's been really pleasant, you know, like your typical British autumnal day. So this morning, well, you know, I think in one of my updates, I did a drill with me, but I haven't uploaded it yet, because I've actually started my Heaven and Earth design. So this will probably, well, it will go up before that one, but I was talking quite a bit about fitness in it and my lack of fitness. And we one of my cousins died last weekend of a stroke, a catastrophic stroke that left him like brain dead. He wasn't an old guy, he wasn't unhealthy, and I think it just really got me to thinking about, you know, trying to look after myself a little bit more. I mean, my job is, it's stressful. It's not more stressful than anybody else's. It's, you know, it's stressful, but it's also really, it's a sedentary job. So I drive a lot, which means I'm seated. I get driven by other people. So I'll drive to somewhere, get out of my car and into one of my reps' cars, who then drives me to where we need to go. And that can be either GP surgeries or their practices or hospitals. And the only time really I get to do any exercise is if I'm out with one of my hospital reps and we are walking around one of the big teaching hospitals in the north. And then, you know, if we're going from department to department, then I will get some steps in. If I'm out with my, you know, GP reps, we will get in the car and drive from GP surgery to GP surgery, which means like I'm literally barely getting any steps in. And then I'll get in my car and drive home from wherever we've been, get in, cook dinner, probably take Daisy for a walk. Then before you know it, it's like 7, 8 o'clock at night, and then I want to do some stitching, you know, and then I'll probably do that until I go to bed, and then like repeat the entire cycle the following day. And you know, I mean, I'm not feeling very fit at the minute. I did really get into my running like this time last year, and I want to pick that back up again. And then I've started looking at some other bits and pieces as well. So I'd like to get more into yoga. So I've ordered this morning. So this is what I was doing this morning. So I was awake about 8 o'clock, and then I was thinking about my fitness, and then had a bit of a crazy splurge on Amazon. You know how you do when you start looking for DVDs and things like that. So I've ordered like a wall planner, a weekly wall planner, so I can decide what I'm going to do. I've ordered like a fitness diary and some DVDs. So I've ordered yoga, and then the other thing I've also wondered whether or not I might be interested in is Tai Chi. And I was watching a panorama. Sorry, I'm just going to flip this over because I'm going to tunnel to get from this point over here, so I don't like to carry the threads, obviously. I don't think you'll be able to see me do this actually, so I just need to work out where I need to get to. I think I might be out of shot, apologies. You have seen me do this on a Stitch With Me video before, but you may get to see it as I sort of work a little bit higher. So yeah, I was talking about the panorama video. So it was basically looking at addicted Britain, and it wasn't sort of, you know, from the point of view of like hard drugs, but it was looking at like prescription meds. Now I don't take prescription meds for anything, just to put it out there. I mean, I have done when I've had surgeries and things like that, but this is like been for short-term use to get me over. But it was talking about how, you know, we need to sort of maybe realign our body and readdress and sort of look for alternative ways of kind of managing like life, pain, you know, whatever it might be that you're trying to do. And there was a section on it on Tai Chi. So I'm like, oh, you know, I'm quite into like mindfulness and, do you know what I mean, kind of trying to, you know, create a healthy you from inside, you know, like your yin and your yang and your chakras and things like that, and trying to align energy, you know, from a well-being perspective. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to give that a go. So I've ordered a couple of like beginners Tai Chi DVDs, and then I've ordered like a yoga, it's by Beachbody, so I've ordered like a yoga DVD as well. And I thought, right, well, I'm going to really get back into my fitness. I used to be really into fitness a few years ago, and I would like draw up like a weekly plan of everything I was going to do. So I'm going to get back into that. So I'm going to start the running again, and then I've got like so many different exercise DVDs. I know I've mentioned it before, but I do The Firm, which is a US company who produce these brilliant DVDs. So I'm going to get those back out as well, and just start drawing myself up a weekly plan. And I will show you it as I sort of move through it and get onto it. And then I've got like I think I've said a tracker as well, where I can keep an eye on what I've done, how much water I'm drinking, because I don't drink enough water at all. I'm like permanently borderline dehydrated. And you know you are, don't you? So my skin's often quite dry. You know, when you go to the loo and your wee's not like clear. I know I don't get enough fluid, and a lot of it is because I drive, and if I drink loads, then I'll want to wee loads, and I can't because obviously I'm in the car. So you tend to run a little bit drier than you would like, just because of the lifestyle of your job, which is not good for you. So I'm really going to start to like focus on me a bit. And I know like stitching, I'm just marking off my stitches, guys. I know stitching and YouTube and, you know, all of the crafty stuff I do is me time, but I mean me time in the sense of making sure that I'm fit and healthy and strong. So I really want to start doing a little bit more of that, and yeah, I think it'll do me good. So yeah, so that's what I was doing this morning. So nothing like overly exciting, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to all of that coming, and you know, starting to feel some of the benefit of that. I'm going to like tunnel again to get myself to this point. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it this time. I think I'm just on. I don't know whether I can angle it a little bit better, maybe not, but I'm just going to go under these few stitches to come out at that point. I think you've just caught the edge of it, so sorry again. I know this isn't an ideal angle for you, and I really wasn't going to do any stitching, but I thought it might just break up the upload a little bit just for me to chit chat with you. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I am. I'll give you a bit of an update on that when I do my monthly upload, because I've had time to do a little bit with it and get into it a bit more. But yeah, I just, you know what it's like, don't you? And then I saw my bingo wings on my last update. Yeah, which was, you know, when you're like, I know they say the camera adds pounds onto you, right guys, but like, I think it does actually. And yeah, I always tend to look like chubbier than I actually am on my uploads. So sorry, my Kindle's not playing nice. So you know, where you kind of like look, and I had like a top on which probably like wasn't doing me like any justice really, and you know, when you like wave your arms around and you can see your bingo wings, yeah, that was not cool. So yeah, I wasn't impressed with that. But what time are we on now? It is about 6:15, so I am going to crack back on, I think, and see what I can get done before dinner. So I'm probably going to be wanting to stop just after 7ish, I would imagine, to do some dinner. So I will see what I can get done over the next hour, and then yeah, I'll come back to you in the not so distant future. So take care guys, and I'll catch you in an hour or so. See you soon. Hey guys, I'm back. It's about 9:20. So I've only managed since I was last with you to do about an hour and a half of stitching. So during this last, what, maybe couple of hours or so, 2.5 hours, I've had dinner, I've washed up, my mum called, and then one of my friends called. So yeah, I've spent probably nearly an hour of it on the phone, so I didn't get as much done during this time as I would have liked. But oh god guys, it's bitty. Like, I feel like I'm changing colour so often, so I've kind of been working more around these blues here, and like, this is the end of the page, so I'm kind of starting to bring it down. So there's like quite a chunk of this that is sort of the next page, just so I don't get the page lines, because I don't know what it is about my stitching. I get page lines. Oh god, the birds are fighting now. Do you know, honestly? So I do get page lines. So I've been filling in little bits of the antlers, but it's been mainly sort of the blues and greens that I've been going at, and then I've started on the ear here in the last sort of 10 minutes or so. So I'm going to continue, I think, sort of around here or so for the next sort of stitchy interval. So you can see sort of where I was as I kind of sort of knocked off for dinner. I'll put the picture in for you to give you a bit of an idea of where I was. It doesn't look like I've done an awful lot more, but I have. It's just like you've got maybe half a dozen stitches of a colour, then you swap in, and I've forgotten to bring a couple of the colours as well. So like these bits here that could really been doing with fill in, I've just run out of 413, which is one of the greys. So as I said before, I don't have a supply. I've forgotten my hunter green. Don't ask me where that is, but it's not with all the rest of my kit. So yeah, I am a few colours missing, but as I said, I'm going to continue to work on the ear and across. So at the minute I'm watching, it was a series that started back in August. It's called Keeping Faith. I don't know whether any of you guys watched it. So it's kind of about a lawyer who's married to another lawyer, and he goes missing, leaving her behind and not knowing where he's gone. So I've just finished the 5th hour of that now, so there's another 3 episodes to watch. So yeah, I mean, it's, my mum watched it and she said, oh God, don't watch it. She said, I've stopped recording it. So she got to about the 3rd one, and it has been a little bit slow, but I feel as though it's okay. Like for days like this where, or evenings like this now where I'm just stitching, I don't feel as though it really matters too much what's kind of on in the background. So it's kind of there. I'm enjoying it to a certain extent, but I'm just really focused on getting as much of this bad boy done as I can. I mean, you know, I want it on the wall for Christmas. I keep saying this, but oh my God, it's just like, it's never ending. It's just never ending, and it's amazing. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing, but I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have this page finished and then be on to the next one by the end of the month. And what's the date today? I mean, we're on to the 22nd, so I've probably got about a week to get this page completely nailed and then be, you know, well on the way with the next one. So yeah, I'm going to have to keep motoring with it to try and get anywhere near a finish for Christmas. It's definitely going to be tight, and I say that because there's still a lot of stitches that I have to go back and put in, which I know if any of you do full coverage, whatever that is, you know, Heaven and Earth or Gecko Rouge or anything like that, you know how kind of intense confetti can be when you just kind of threading a needle for a couple of stitches, looking for the next colour, threading your needle for a couple of stitches. It's incredibly time consuming, which is why I feel as though maybe this isn't moving on as much as I would like. But I'm going to stop rabbiting now because we must be on, yeah, it's coming up 9:30, so I'm probably going to stitch for another hour and a half and see where I get to. I'm going to keep going for quite a while longer. I'm feeling okay, I'm not tired, so, well, not at the moment, but yeah, I'm going to keep going until 11 and then see sort of where I've got to and how it's going. So I will be back in an hour or so, guys, so I'll see you later. Bye for now. Hey guys, how you doing? So it's 10 to 12 now, and I'm going to call it a night, I think. So you can see my fluffy top. So I've had my shower, I'm all ready for bed. Daisy's had her last walk. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with what I've got done so far. I don't really know how much I was expecting to do, you know, when you have visions of like page finish, but obviously it's a Heaven and Earth design, and these things don't happen quickly. But I mean, for the last well, since I was last here, which would be probably about just 9ish, just after 9, I've kind of been sort of working more here and then filling in more antler action as I've sort of gone. So yeah, I mean, I think it's some good progress. I've stitched all in all, according to my timer app, 6.5 hours. That's what I've managed to get done, sort of between 1 o'clock and midnight. So that's not too bad, I suppose. You know, there's been other things I've had to do and take care of, so I'm quite pleased with the amount of stitching. This is the longest stitching session I've had in a long time, so it's nice to be able to sit down for that long and just kind of get a few stitches in. So, you know, we'll look at how it was when I originally started versus like now. Yeah, I mean, it's you can see where I filled in. There's like so much details gone into here, you know, the antlers all around here. And there's a lot of ninja stitches within this as well, so I've been stopping and starting a lot, rethreading the needle and then sort of carrying back on. Oh gosh, sorry guys, I'm really tired. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this with me. Thank you for coming along on the journey. I'll probably do another one of these like binge stitch things at some point, probably next month as well. So I will I'll see you in my update at the end of the month, guys. You take care. Bye.